Hello and welcome everyone. Today we will look into a major global issue and a landmark decision by China that shook the entire world. Recently, a serious discussion has emerged worldwide regarding waste management, and honestly, the facts are deeply alarming. For decades, millions of tons of waste from all corners of the earth were shipped to China. Have you ever wondered what happened to the trash you threw away in your dustbin? Where did it actually go? You might be surprised to learn that most of it was exported to China. Huge recycling plants were established there to process this global waste. But how did this massive process start? Let's break it down. In developed countries, different colored dustbins are placed on the streets, and citizens are taught to separate their waste, such as plastics, glass, paper, and organic waste, before throwing it away. This practice is also heavily promoted through social media and commercial advertisements. Once these dustbins are full, the waste is collected and sent to a material recovery facility, MRF. There, workers manually separate plastic, glass, and other materials. Afterward, the sorted waste is compressed into large bales using hydraulic machines. These compressed waste blocks were then bought by various recycling companies to be shipped to China. China eventually became the absolute manufacturing and recycling hub of the world. They began importing plastic waste from various countries to shred it into tiny pellets. By doing this, China saved billions of dollars in raw material extraction costs, substituting virgin plastic with recycled materials. Huge recycling plants were built across the country, turning China into the world's ultimate dumping ground. When developed nations found a cheap way to get rid of their trash, they stopped worrying about domestic waste management. They simply loaded their garbage onto massive cargo ships and sent it to China. China processed it, turned it into new products, and sold those products back to the global market, dominating world trade. However, this boom came at a devastating cost. While the recycling companies made massive profits, the local environment and public health in China were severely ruined. The turning point came with a powerful documentary titled Plastic China. This documentary exposed the dark reality of these recycling plants. It showed mountains of toxic plastic waste and poor children playing amidst the filth. It revealed how deeply the local air, water, and soil were being poisoned. The documentary sparked global outrage and received critical acclaim worldwide. Fearing a backlash and severe damage to its international reputation, the Chinese government eventually banned the documentary. But the damage was already done. The world had seen the ugly truth, and the Chinese citizens began demanding change. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the Chinese government took a historic step. In 2017, they officially notified the World Trade Organization, WTO, that they would no longer accept the world's trash. They launched a strict policy named Operation National Sword. Under this initiative, China banned the import of 24 types of solid waste, including various plastics and unsorted paper. China decided that they would no longer compromise their environment and the health of their citizens for the sake of profit. This single decision sent shockwaves across the globe. With China's doors firmly shut, the global waste management system collapsed. Developed countries had no idea what to do with the thousands of tons of waste accumulating every day. Initially, they tried diverting their ships to other Southeast Asian nations like Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam. However, these countries quickly became overwhelmed by the sheer volume of toxic influx. To protect their own environments, countries like Malaysia and Thailand also began banning and returning illegal waste shipments. Today, the world faces a massive crisis. Millions of tons of plastic waste that cannot be recycled are piling up. Since the world was heavily dependent on China, the sudden halt of their recycling plants has forced nations to rethink their strategies. On the bright side, this crisis has forced many countries to take strict actions. Many nations are now completely banning single-use plastics and investing heavily in domestic advanced recycling technologies. For many developing nations, this has also opened up a new economic opportunity to build eco-friendly, modern recycling industries. If you found this video informative, please like and share it with your friends. To stay updated with more interesting and insightful videos like this,